Iggy, yeah, he's incredibly happy and energetic and alive. He has this ability to just like capture people, you know, and from the day he was born, he was like that, you know, just very captivating. The birth was eventful. He was born in the caul, which is really rare, of course. And he wasn't breathing when he came out. So for before we found out about the diagnosis, for years I had this like guilt, like that it was my fault, that something in the birth with him, not because he didn't breathe for I don't remember, a long time, and his ABGAR score was really low. So we thought it was maybe brain damage from that. So when we found out about the condition, it was a relief in that way, because it had nothing to do with the birth, and it was just who he is. There was no even like developmental delays until walking. There was no signs. He sat, he rolled. I think he drooled quite a lot now looking back, thinking, but it was my first baby, you know, and I didn't have anything to compare him to. And I'm really grateful for that, you know, because I never thought anything was wrong with him. And even when teachers and health professionals and neighbors and anybody was saying there's something wrong, I still insisted that there was nothing wrong. So the process was, they first wanted to rule out the conditions that they thought he might have. And then after those were ruled out, then they recommended the full gene sequencing. I think the entire process was over a year and a half. Yeah. When she finally had the results, she called me, and I was in school. And she said, I have the results back. She didn't ask me if it was a good time to speak. You would have thought she might have said, is your partner around? Can you guys come in for a chat? She said, well, we found out. I think I know what's wrong with Iggy. The test results indicated that he has a very rare genetic disease called TRP12. We don't know a lot about it. His own life will tell us more than what I know. There's 2 papers written on it. Here's my mobile number if you need me over the weekend. Jordan was away, out of town at that point. And we'll talk on Monday. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty heavy news to give somebody over the phone. And that's when it began. Yeah. So not a lot of support. Having the diagnosis, yeah, I mean, it doesn't give us simplicity, you know, for sure. And I think because it's so rare, I don't usually say to people, oh, he has TRP12, because they'd be like, well, what's that? I do say he has a rare genetic condition. I think, yeah, having the diagnosis has given us a place to start and a place to begin to understand the complexity of his needs.
There's not really a good way to deliver a diagnosis like that, I don't think. There's definitely some better ways than others. But the geneticist had done at least some research, but there's not a lot of research out there because it's a rare genetic disorder. But she could definitively say that the speech and language delays and the developmental delays are tied to this specific mutation. But then that was it. I mean, it's not, well, what do you do after that point? It's like, I'll see you in a year and we can update on whether or not anything's changed from the research, but that's about it. I mean, she's found her answer from that perspective, and you have to figure out on your own kind of what the follow-up care is going to be.
Yeah, it's been a journey, you know. but I am absolutely determined for our journey to be a happy one, and for his life to be happy. This isn't this condition doesn't define him, you know. It does in many ways, but it's not a definition of sadness, you know. It's a I don't know, definition of hope, or it's a, yeah, our lives will be happy, you know. But that's for Jordan and I to navigate and to own, and to teach Iggy that what he is exactly perfect.